A religious man must be both masculine and feminine. J.Krishnamurti. You can read it either way, that he must be both masculine and feminine, or neither masculine nor feminine. You know what masculinity stands for. In popular parlance, as a psychological state, as a physical state, everything, you know what masculinity stands for, and you also know what femininity stands for. Whenever you are associated with one, that is your hell. To be associated with both is to be able to see both together, and hence to be able to see that both are just one. Both sustain each other. The fact is, none of them can stand in isolation. A woman is not always a woman. A woman becomes a woman the moment she thinks of a man. A woman becomes a woman the moment a man crosses her. Otherwise, she is not a woman. She is just consciousness, free of identity. A man too is simply his attentiveness, but the moment a woman crosses him, he becomes a man. Are you getting it? But if we can see the man and the woman together, if we can see the entire process, if you can see that here was somebody standing in his vacant emptiness, and then a woman crosses him, and simultaneously the man wakes up and the woman comes into existence, then he is able to stand separately from both man and woman and look at them. Oh, this is what happened. The man was born and parallelly a woman was born, or a woman was born and parallelly a man was born. Are you getting it? Both are just objects of witnessing. It's just that one object appears as a material object and the other is just a mental object. When a woman passes you by, then the woman is a material object and the man that is born is in the mind, but both are born and simultaneously born. In the presence of the woman, the man becomes a man. In the presence of the man, the woman becomes even more womanly. Those, and we have a few of us here who have become newly sensitized to what hell gender brings to our lives, in the sense of being identified with your gender. They should remember that there is no point in hating the other gender. The other gender arises only when you are identified with your gender. Do not become a man and you will not see any women around. Only a man sees women around. Do not become a man. Do not think that you are a man and you won't see any women at all. Are you getting it? We all have heard that famous story about the Buddha, right? The Buddha is sitting quietly under a tree and some men are chasing a woman. The woman runs from where the Buddha is sitting, and then the men come after a while and they ask the Buddha, did you just see a woman pass by? And he says, somebody went. I do not know whether it was a man or a woman. They become aggressive, they abuse him, they say, how is it possible? You are sitting here and you didn't see whether it was a man or a woman. He says, I stopped seeing that way long back. has stopped seeing people as men or women long back. So, who is the Buddha? A man or a woman? Yes, who is he? Either both or neither. We can go more on this. We also know in terms of psychology what it means to be a man. We also know what it means to be a woman. We also know that whenever there is this kind of partition, it is a disease. To be a man means to have an active and aggressive ego, which will be overtly violent. To be a woman means to have a passive ego, which will express itself in the form of jealousy, covert violence. But in either case, there would be violence coming out of a sense of insecurity and incompletion. The man thinks he is incomplete, so he attacks. The woman thinks that she is incomplete, so she possesses. Do you see this? When the man feels he is incomplete, he attacks and wants to grab. When the woman feels she is incomplete, she becomes possessive and jealous. So, when the two are together, then there is neither completion nor incompletion. Neither an urge to get complete nor a feeling that I am incomplete. If he is praising feminine qualities more, surely he is doing it to a masculine audience. I'm again repeating, you become identified with your masculinity because you find something abhorrent in femininity. Have you not heard women say, men say, चूड़ियाँ पहन रखी हैं क्या? Now you find something abhorrent about being a woman, and that makes you become more identified as a man. To prove to a man that a woman is equally worthy, probably more worthy than you are, is to strike upon his masculine identity. That is the reason Osho is saying like this. Otherwise, neither is man higher than woman nor is woman higher than man. How can one part be better than another part? Both are incomplete and both are fictitious. Both are in a sense imaginary. How can one imagination be better than another? So there is no point in praising women over men or men over women. It doesn't make any sense. But sometimes, just as a tool, it can be done. If there are women who are totally shorn of energy, then probably the strength of men can be presented as an ideal to them. That look at men, they are so strong and so daring, and you women, you have no guts, no courage, no power, no fire. And then men can be presented as some role model. So that kind of thing is being done. Otherwise there is nothing especially praiseworthy about being women. What in any case do you present as the specialities of womanhood? That she can be a mother, that she is tolerant, and such things. They mean nothing. They mean nothing. by putting women upon a pedestal, you only reinforce their femininity. When you put the tolerance and the adaptability of women as a virtue, then you only ensure that they become more feminine. You are praising what is essentially their curse. The woman is fettered. She cannot break out of her self-imposed problems, and you are saying that this inability to break out is a virtue. You are saying, look at her, see, she is so tolerant, look at her, she carries the weight of the morality of entire family and society upon her, look at her, she is so clean. You are praising her hell. You want her to continue in hell, and you are saying she is better than the man because she tolerates everything and the man cannot tolerate anything. So that is why she is better than the man. What rubbish.
But he says that women has creative energy, they can.
When a woman is a woman, she has zero creativity. Have you ever seen a woman? You probably have not. Get married, then you will know what a woman is. She has zero creativity. A man is creative when he is not a man. A woman is creative when she is not a woman, not when she is a woman. To say that a woman is creative is to totally misunderstand the whole thing.